Hey, Coach, can you just talk about Jalen Wilson's impact, particularly in the second half? I think at one point he had 21 points in the second half, and the rest of the team just had 15. How big was he for you guys?
So Jalen didn't score the first half?
He might have had a couple. It was
Yeah.
either 21
Well,
or
he, yeah,
23.
well, we don't come close to win the game without him. He played really well. And, he was the only offense we had that was pretty consistent. And I thought he did a good job of getting in there. And then he made the back-to-back threes, which were he and Oach's three were the three biggest shots of the game for us. So I thought he played terrific. I thought he was great, and I thought, the way CB rebounded the ball on an off night, and the way Oach competed on an off shooting night as well, and the way Marcus competed, considering how sick he is, I thought it was great. And then of course, you have DeJuan Harris, who, next to Jalen, he's the best player in the game. So I thought that it was a great win. Kentucky didn't play particularly well. We didn't play well, obviously, but it's early in the season. It's a different time. It's a different road trip. Everything's different. And for us to get this win, I just know they're all going to add up the same at the end of the year, and this will be a nice feather in our cap.
Can you take us through what happened with Marcus? It sounded like he wasn't going to play. You said that on the pregame. Yeah. What happened in those couple hours between then?
I don't know. He told us at shoot around that he did not even want. He didn't think he couldn't suit up. He wasn't going to suit up. He didn't want to go through warm ups. He had a real problem with his with headaches and the bright lights, and his stomach was messed up, and he can't get his wind, and I don't know. I think maybe his uncle spoke to him or whatnot, but not at my request, but he may have. And next thing you know, he pulled a Willis Reed and said he's going to try, and I didn't know he's going to try until we got on the bus. So. And I said, you don't have to play. And he was like, no, I want to try. And, he didn't play great by Marcus standards, but we wouldn't have won the game unless he was out there. So I'm happy for him, proud of him. He's so tough. But yeah, that was a good win considering how bad we shot it. And if you guys were here, you would know just how tight. I don't know if you could tell on TV, tightest rims I've ever seen in my life. And, missed layups are rebounding at 6 feet. Missed free throws rebounding at 17 feet. It was tight rims, and that wasn't the reason why we shot it bad totally, but certainly that was going to be a game where I didn't think anybody would shoot the ball well just because of how tight the rims were. And I told my staff that today after shoot around. I said we better guard and rebound because there's going to be a lot of missed shots tonight.
Yeah. Bill, did you all rule out COVID? Did you rule out COVID with Marcus before the game?
Yeah. He said we had a COVID test. He started feeling bad Friday. We had COVID test Saturday, and we COVID tested him today too. So, and it wasn't an antigen; it's a PCR test. So, his issues that he has is not that. Hopefully we can get him back and do whatever docs do to figure out what it is and get him on the right meds and get him feeling better.
On the note of shooting, I just wanted to ask, the atmosphere in the building was so weird and off tonight. Anything, just empty seats have anything to do with some of those shooting woes? Do you expect that?
I don't think like that. So I would say no. We shoot in empty seats in arenas all the time when we practice. So I would say not. It was a different deal. This arena, which I love, was under construction until basically yesterday. They just got the floor down this morning, if I'm not mistaken. I know we had to personally mop the floor when we got here because it wasn't playable because they hadn't even had time to mop it yet. So it was just a weird situation. And then you get ESPN always does a fantastic job, but he didn't have a feel at all of a game. It had a feel of a scrimmage. And but I mean, the guys competed and they played hard, and certainly it's good to know that you can get behind and you can come back. And I think that's probably one of the things that we learned on this trip.
How much of that was second half defense, especially the first 5 minutes or so? I mean,
I thought we guarded and I thought we rebounded. I actually thought our defense was pretty good, and then Kentucky got on a little bit of a roll, but we did too. To cut it to 6 at halftime. It could have been less. I think it was 6. may have been 7, but yeah, it was 7. But I think that I thought our defense for the most part was pretty good all game long. Even when they scored and had a big lead, it wasn't because of our defense, because we were so inept offensively. I think we had like 5 points 10 minutes in. So you should be behind double figures if that's the case.
Bill, Isaiah Jackson, had a great defensive game for them, but a lot of Jalen's buckets were against him. I think those 2 threes and that take late, several of his takes were against him. What do you think to have the balls to go up against to go at a guy like that, as great a shot blocker as he had been?
Well, that was actually our strategy, believe it or not, a little bit, was to when we played small, was to have whoever their big guys guarding and try to drive them. I mean, that's what we were trying to do. So, and Jalen has no fear doing that. So, and he blocked. He had a great game. He blocked 8 shots and got 12 rebounds and all those things. But there was a difference in us being able to get to the basket when they both weren't in the game. And, obviously they both weren't in the game basically the last 14 minutes or so of the game.
Hey, with DeJuan, how does a guy his size make such a positive impact in a game like that?
Well, he's got great, he's a great charge taker. He's got the best hands. He doesn't really try to do much offensively except move the ball, which every team needs somebody like that. But his understanding defensively and his hands are terrific. He had 4 steals, and I don't know how many more deflections he had that led to potential steals or steals. So I thought he was great, and I'm really happy for him. He's a terrific kid, and he's been through a lot. But I thought he was really good tonight, and certainly we don't win the game without him.
Bill, what do you think you learned about your team tonight?
I don't know if we learned a lot. I thought we were pretty tough, to be honest with you, when we got behind Gonzaga and came back the way we did. I mean, we had a lot of things go wrong in that game and had some individuals kind of get out of character and out of whack. And, they stunned us and, staggered us and put us on the canvas a couple of times. But our guys fought, and I thought that was something that tonight was great, is that was ugly. I mean, but the key to having great seasons isn't winning when you play good. If you got good players and you play well, you're probably going to win most of those games. The key to having great seasons is somehow winning games when you're not good. And we've done that a ton in the time that I've been here. We've been here at KU, and tonight was another one of those. If you remember right, I mean, didn't we beat Kentucky in the Champions one year where we scored like 57 points or something like that? I mean, this isn't totally unusual when we play them. But I do think that we can learn a lot how to play against length. We were tiny out there compared to them from a length standpoint, and we just got to learn how to drive, to pass, and take advantage of some different things. And when the ball's not going in the hole, and you have to shoot threes, and they're blocking everything you're putting up on the glass, it seems like early on, those are hard games to win. So I'm really pleased with how tough we played.
Got time for 1 or 2 more.
Hey, Coach, how would you evaluate the play of David McCormick tonight?
I think David was obviously sped up. I don't think he was bad. I think his stats don't look good. 1 for 9. We tried to throw it to him. I thought he tried to score too much, to be honest with you, rather than be a passer when the ball comes in there. But I thought he was better. His activity level was better. But in that particular situation, if you're not going to score on the post, or he's not going to have the opportunity to score with a big guy on him, I thought the advantage was having a big guy on a guard. And that's what we tried to attack. And even though it didn't look great by any stretch, us getting to 65 seems pretty remarkable how we shot it when we had 5 at 10-minute mark. So I think we were better offensively, obviously, when we played the 5 guards, and probably better defensively too, to be honest with you, because our switches were much better, and our ball screen defense was totally their ball screen offense was totally ineffective because we were switching everything.
Got time for 1 more.
How weird do you anticipate Thursday being home opener but no fans?
I hadn't even thought about it. I think Brett. I don't know what Brett's record is now. I think he just had a great win.
3-0, yeah.
Yeah, where he just beat Central Oklahoma and had a player make 7 threes, if I'm not mistaken. So we got to guard, but and get the shooters. But it'll be good to be back home for the most part, so the families of the players can watch them play. This is a unique deal. You have so many families that have invested so much to watch their kids play, and they can't even go watch them. And so, at least our players' families can watch them play, and it's going to be different, but it's going to be different all year long, and we might as well just roll with it. But yeah, it's going to be a totally different setup all year long, where there's absolutely no normalcy, and we need to. I got a sports writer that tests me this almost daily: stay positive and test negative. And that's basically what I think every team's goal is right now.